Hey people, I'm live. Welcome. Tuesday late afternoon, 5 p.m. around 15 Celsius. I'm way up in the northwestern corner of the city of Toronto, currently on the York University campus. Just kicking back on a bench here, and I'm going to be making my way from here at York University down through the Jane and Finch neighborhood. So, who do we have in the chat? Alan K, hello, hello. Hello, Gertish, Toronto's doo-wop music guy, Craig O'Connor, Schnurtchick, Tyson Fwong, how's it going? I just thought I'd come up to York U to record a video, which I did right before I started the stream, because I've never done that before on my channel, and I thought it would be a good place to start the walk to head down to Jane and Finch. Hey, Whitby Dude, Vivian Johnson is in the house. I like to walk. Picard, engage. John Nicholson, Jeanette is here. Marge, Sebastian. That's right, I don't often do streams on Tuesdays, so I thought, hey, let's do it today. Let's shake things up a bit. Hello, Lena, how you doing? Fountain Hunter. You went to York in 1982. Hey, interesting. Toronto's doo-wop music guy. Hello, John Burke. Hello, Marcos. This is my very first time ever on the York U campus. Ever in my life. And I walked all around it. Did a video, as I mentioned. Hey, Gabby, how's it going? So I was thinking, how would I get down to Jane and Finch from here? There's a couple of ways I could do it, but I think what I'll do is I'll head up to Steels and Jane and then walk south down Jane to Finch. That's right, Johnny Strides attended York University once upon a time. And I won't be covering too much of the campus on this stream because I literally just recorded that video right beforehand. So I'll just sort of cut through campus on my way to Jane and Steels. I do talk about York U in my video, which I'll be posting at a later date. Hey, John G. Surwick, good to have you here. I'll just wait till that loud vehicle makes its way. There aren't a lot of streets running through this campus. It's mostly just pedestrian walkways and that sort of thing. There's no street grid, really. Kind of walk through the center of the campus here as I make my way towards Steels and Jane. I can imagine, Gaby, yeah. I think this school doesn't have the best reputation sometimes in regards to campus safety. I know there have been some issues in the past. And you'll see lots of emergency stations at various points around campus where if you find yourself in a uncomfortable situation, you can hit a button and someone will come to your aid. Hey, Pine Sol. Mark Lang, hello. took the subway up here, it took around 40 minutes or so, maybe a bit more, starting from Dundas Station. Pretty long subway ride. Just a few stops south of the terminal station. I think after this, after York U, there's Pioneer Village Station, and then there's Highway 407 Station, and then there's Vaughan Metropolitan Station, which is the end of the line. Yeah, I know, John Nicholson. That's why I put quotations around the word hood. Once upon a time, it was quite notorious, but I don't think it's really as bad anymore. Stuff still happens, of course, every now and again. Hey, Divyesh, how you doing? This is a very multicultural campus. I mean, most of the major universities in Toronto are. Alright, so I know I'm walking west because the sun is getting low in the sky in this direction. Because if you just drop down in the middle of this campus without having something like the sun to guide you, you wouldn't really know which way was north, south, east, or west. There's really no landmarks or anything to indicate what's what and where is where. Hey, Alan K, a $3 super sticker. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator Alan K. The support is awesome and appreciated. Hey, Fernando Vega, how you doing? Colleen, hello. Neville 6000. So I'm walking into that sun, but it's about to hide behind this building. There we go. Hey, Peter Bradfield, hello. It doesn't give a damn about his bad reputation. That's a good song. So a lot of the campus looks like this, just sort of low-slung modern buildings and pedestrian walkways and some open squares. Hey, Nancy Mattis. I haven't seen your brother yet. I'm kind of far away from the financial district right now. I'm almost as far north as you can get and still be in Toronto. Steels Avenue is just along the northern boundary of the university, and that's the northern boundary of the city also.
I was lucky enough, I didn't have it ready.
Nancy Mattis, $2 super chat, seeing Steppin' Out by Joe Jackson. Trying to remember the lyrics to that one. Isn't it like, we are young but getting old before our time? Isn't that how it goes? We leave the TV and the radio behind. To me, that song is all about its opening kind of dun 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 That's the best part of that song. MR, yep. A young Mr. Strides walked up and down these pathways. I haven't been to Pioneer Village, no. It's just one of those little touristy spots, I guess, that I never made it to. Good evening to you, Miss Vivian and Mark D. Yeah, the leaves are starting to change up here, a little more apparent, I think, than closer to downtown. Hey, Tom Lee. Alright, I'm heading north now. I know that. So Steels Avenue will eventually make itself known or appear to me, whatever way you want to say it. Hey, Cole Sloth, what's up? This is the engineering building, I believe, this one. It's pretty nice. I think the nicest building on campus, actually, from what I've seen. I don't want to walk in that direction because of the sun. I know I have to eventually to get over to Jane Street. But let's keep going north. Hey Pamela, welcome to the stream. Alex Liviera, hello to you. So this is pretty much what it looks like all around campus. Hey, thank you, John Nicholson. You heard Mr. John Nicholson. He's got the right idea. Nancy, this is York University. It is one of the 3 major universities in Toronto. It's the newest one and the most far-flung one in terms of its location. Well, that's weird, Vivian. What's with the glitchiness, right? Not cool, YouTube. Good evening, the ABX girl. Here's a campus map. I actually didn't show this in my video I recorded right before. As you can see, it's a big campus. I do talk about all the details and statistics in my video. I'm trying to walk through parts that I didn't walk through in my video now, actually, so you won't be seeing the same thing over again when I do publish that, because I didn't walk through here. Hello, Harjot. How you doing? David. That sounds like an episode of Community, one of my favorite sitcoms. Divyesh, I did attend university a long time ago. I took something quaint that no one thinks worthwhile anymore. I took something called liberal arts. It was another time when liberal arts programs were considered valuable. Push. I think that's Steels Avenue right up ahead. You can see all the traffic. Hello, Cindy. How you doing? I walked by Pioneer Village Station in my upcoming video, and it's actually right over there, so I'm basically going to be walking past it again. But I got an up-close look and I went inside the station in my video. It's a pretty big station, lots of buses obviously. Students come from all sorts of areas all around the GTA to attend York University. Not all of them can take the subway right there. Profit pre, I know, right? I did do a pre-recorded video. It is a very big campus, very expansive, spread out, lots of empty space I find on this campus. Hey, Mike Landry is in the house with a $2 super sticker. Hey, thank you very much, Mike. It's always good to have you in the chat. And your support is always awesome. And hello, Wing Zero. All right, here's Steels Avenue, the northern boundary of Toronto. So on the other side of the street is Vaughan, the city of Vaughan. All right, let's head over to Jane Street. Hey, Scott Chrysler, how you doing? You can see Vaughan City Center, or the future downtown Vaughan, over in that direction. They're trying to create a downtown. There's a Brampton bus. You have buses coming from all around here. Hey, Kevin Hawthorne. Boom Productions. I won't tell. Hello, Anon. There might not be too many shops and stuff to check out around here. Some strip plazas, perhaps. A couple of shopping malls around Jane and Finch. Yeah, you got that right, Gaby. Here's another entrance to Pioneer Village over there. Station. Hey, Starling. Well, I've done a video through there before. There was no problem. And it is still daylight. There's the Driftwood Avenue bus. Hey, Quad Mods, how you doing? Yeah, Steels is pretty strody, that's for sure. There's some stretches where it sort of intensifies a bit and looks a little more urban, but a lot of it looks like this. It's a very long street, Steels. It just runs across the entire top of Toronto and it continues on through Brampton to the west. Hey, Jay Reed, how you doing? There's a big athletic field. Wow, they had trolley buses running way up here. That's interesting. Ah, sorry to hear that, True Tech. I'm sure you'll get it the next time. Yeah, Prophet, I was looking at the map, but I thought I wanted to walk along Jane Street as much as possible, so that's why I'm heading in this direction. I think the plan is to walk along a long stretch of Jane down to Finch, and then walk along a long stretch of Finch. And I'll probably end up at Finch West subway station or somewhere close to that. And we'll get a look at the progress of the new LRT line along Finch Avenue. It's line 6, I believe. For the time being, we can look at all the Strodely traffic here on Steels Avenue. Hey, Michael Wynn, hello. That's a good way to put it. I think the next major intersection up ahead is Jane after this one. Hey, Aaron Hockey, I'm doing good. At least we don't have the sun shining in our faces. There's a York Region bus right there with a TTC bus behind it. York Region is the region immediately north of Toronto that Vaughan is in. It's a regional municipality, so there's a number of different cities that make up York Region. It's sort of like a county, if that makes more sense. I think all these areas were once counties, but they were renamed as regions. So York County has various cities and towns in it, such as Vaughan, and Markham, and Richmond Hill, Aurora, and Newmarket. You get the drift. Hey, Scott Briggs. I am heading into the Twilight Zone, yeah. Hey, Dominic, how you doing? Catch glimpses of the downtown Vaughan skyline. It looks like a real city when you look at it from far away, but it doesn't feel like a real city when you're right in it. It's way too empty and suburban. That's right, Whitby dude. Right, we're almost at Jane. And we can start heading towards Finch. Yeah, hopefully Wing Zero. We have a lot of work to do. Vogon, that's funny. As you can see, most people ride their bikes on the sidewalks here because I guess they're too intimidated by 6 lanes of rushing traffic here on Steels. Hey, Paula Robertson, hello. Oh, thank you, Paula. I'm glad you enjoy them. At Visited, I'm not sure if I'm going to go inside the mall. We'll definitely get an up-close look at it. Hey, Robert Brun, how you doing? All right, so here's Jane. So southward we go. Hey, Nancy Mattis, another super chat, $5. Anyone a fan of analog horror, popular on YouTube, or a channel Wendigoon or Wendigang? I haven't seen either of those channels. I was watching before coming here. It's funny? Well, if it's funny, I might enjoy it. Thanks, Nancy. I'll check them out. And thank you very much for the $5 super. Towards Finch. Hey, Devin Sullivan. Hello, hello. As you can see, Jane is pretty strody here too. Lots of these 1960s era high-rise apartment buildings all around here, all along Jane and Finch. 60s and early 70s. Hey, the Standing Bear. An appearance with a $10 super. The Dark Knight Walks. What's the temp up there? Looks dark. Turning ahead to see any Rangers against the Leafs. Oh, is that the game that's coming up, the Standing Bear? Thank you very much for the generous super chat. And it's around 15 Celsius, or at least it was earlier when I checked. I'm kind of way up in the northern wilds of Toronto here. Thank you so much for the super chat once again. Yeah, there are leaves and then there are leaves. Here are some leaves. Not to be confused with the Leafs. Megan and I had this discussion when she was here on the weekend. Yeah, that's right. Woodbridge is a community within Vaughan. It's known for its very large Italian community. Is there unrest in the emoji forest? We can't have that. Well, yeah, Vaughan has grown like crazy over the last couple of decades. But I think the closest thing it has to a traditional little town core might be the oldest part of Woodbridge, which isn't really much. It's basically what was a tiny little village center that's surrounded by lots of more recent suburban development. Hey, Tom Seeley, how you doing? Billy T. Yeah, this is quite the building here, right? It is really a bit of an assault on the eyes, to be honest. I'm not sure what life is like as a resident of that building, if it's considered a good place to live or not. I know some of the buildings around here are not considered very good places to live. The rents are cheaper up in these parts though. It used to be beige and brown. So is it an improvement? I think the most famous building in the area though is the Palisades, which is also the tallest apartment building in the Jane and Finch area. That's up ahead a ways. You like it, Vivian? It looks like something that you'd find like on the outskirts of a Scandinavian city. Like it got lifted up from suburban Stockholm and plopped down here. It looks like a parking garage, yeah. So when you would hear on the news about all the incidents taking place in the Jane and Finch area, they usually didn't happen on Jane or on Finch itself. They usually took place in the winding sort of areas just off of the main streets, with lots of the apartment buildings and townhouse developments and things like that. Yeah, this is Shoreham. Hey, Anthony 18 IKEA apartments. Yeah, it kind of has that look, right? Hey Marge, $5 for a well-deserved post-stream root beer. That sounds fantastic. Thank you very much, Marge. I will most definitely having a post-stream root beer, among other things. I appreciate your support. Yeah, I decided to stick to Jane Street though. Gotta put the Jane in Jane and Finch, you know what I'm saying? Christian Center Church. Nancy, I don't drink actual alcohol. Root beer is the only beer that I drink. Hey, Jacqueline S., welcome. Hey, William. The sun. I also wanted to make sure I was walking in a direction not towards the sun as much as possible. That's why I decided not to start the stream at Finch West Station and make my way through the area and then end it at Yorkview, because I would have been walking directly into the sun. I gotta give him a pass, I guess. Ringing the bell at me as I'm walking along the sidewalk, because he doesn't want to ride his bike on that. But he is a grown man. Maybe he should just do it anyway. What do you think? Tom Seeley, that's an awesome name for a tribute band. Yeah, it's starting to look like fall. There's the Driftwood bus again. This is actually Driftwood Avenue right here. That's right, Whitby dude. Can't see anything. Driftwood Community Center. Hey, that's a good suggestion, Devin Sullivan. How about it? Can't disagree with that. Alright, so if you're just joining the chat, we're heading towards Jane and Finch. I'm walking south on Jane Street, making our way towards Finch. Nancy, we have lots of black squirrels in Toronto. It's kind of common here, actually. I was looking into some of the townhouse complexes. Some of those can be a bit dicey, I suppose, if you're on the wrong side of some sort of beef with somebody else. You don't want to be walking through certain areas. Yeah, I think I see more black squirrels than I do any other squirrel, really. There's the Jane bus. It's heading to Pioneer Village Station that we walked past earlier. We saw a red squirrel in Vermont. Wow, I've never seen one of those. Hey, Trustin Miller. We didn't miss much, Scott. I just started my walk down Jane Street, heading towards Finch. Shad squirrels. I wish. Alright, we're getting closer to Finch. Fernando, I haven't been there in a few years now. That was when the LRT construction was, you know, in its earlier stages where everything was all torn up. It should be a lot more complete now. Hopefully it looks a lot better. There's one of the malls at the intersection. It very well might actually happen, Whitby dude. High pressure oil pipeline. This is the hydro corridor here. Is it, Fernando? Ugh. I was hoping it would be a lot easier now to navigate. This is York Gate Mall over here. Maybe I'll cross and we'll take a closer look. Both Jane Finch Mall and York Gate Mall are not very big. They're kind of older neighborhood malls. And they've definitely seen better days. You'll find independent retailers inside of these malls, not just the typical chain stores. There's the Palisades. That's the tallest building in the neighborhood, sort of like the landmark building of Jane and Finch. That's how you know you are in Jane and Finch, when you see that building. Oh, that sounds nice, Nancy. Oh, the sun. But hey, there's a Harvey's at the York Gate Mall. Let's look at this development notice. Are they going to intensify the land around the mall? Is the mall going to be redeveloped completely? Well, it looks like they're just going to intensify some of the empty space, build a tower in some of the parking. That makes sense. Hey, later, Gaby. Have a good night. And same with you, Jeanette. Have a good night. Thank you very much. Hey, War.Ariel. How you doing? Here's the no frills. Any shows or movies? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but lots of music videos have been filmed around here for hip-hop groups mostly. Local hip-hop and rap groups. Done lots of videos in this area. Even going back to the 90s, Tom Green, he had a group in the 90s called Organized Rhyme. I remember they did a video here. Let's take a peek inside the mall. If I get kicked out, no biggie, I'll just leave. Oh, I forgot about the Muzak though. I forgot about Mall Muzak. I might not be able to stay inside if the Muzak is too noticeable. Not very big. Let's just take a quick peek down the concourse here. We've got Got LCBO, we got Ardeen. I think Jane Finch Mall is sort of similar to this. There's not much more to it, really. And maybe I can walk right through. I'm just trying to talk over the music as much as possible. The mall music. There must be an exit on the other end, I would imagine. Maybe the Jane and Finch Mall is a bit bigger than this, but they're pretty similar. All class beauty. But the Muzak just follows you all the way down though. Oh my goodness. Global Electronics, Bank of Montreal. Got your little Tim Hortons. There's an upper level, but I think it's just the same as what we just walked through. All right, let's get out of here, because I know this Muzak is trying its best to give me a copyright claim. Screw you, Muzak, screw you. There we go, my first and probably last time in Yorkgate Mall. Jane and Finch Mall is one level but bigger. Yeah. Here's the Harveys. Yeah, they're trying, Devin, they're trying. Oh yeah, that's right, it's Barrie, Vermont, or Barrie, Ontario. Is it pronounced the same, the one in Vermont, even though it's spelled differently? I have been to Barrie, Ontario many times. And here is Finch Avenue, and I can see the LRT tracks are completely formed here now. It's the same pronunciation? Okay. Different spelling, same pronunciation. Okay, 1 hour in, 6 o'clock. Officially entering the evening. Yeah, I've been to Georgian Mall. There used to be another mall there called the Kozlov Center or something like that. I'm not even sure if that one is still a mall or if it got redeveloped. Here's one of the stations here for the new Finch LRT. Jane and Finch. Because this is the intersection right here. Yeah, too bad there's no LRT going down Jane also. There's the Palisades. All right, crossing the intersection of Jane and Finch. There's the Jane and Finch Mall right over there. There you go. We live in Burlington, Vermont, not to be confused with Burlington, Ontario. Maybe I'll take a walk through the Jane Finch Mall. If the music is loud in there, I might have to mute the audio though as I walk through. I was barely able to talk over it in the Yorkgate Mall. I still don't know if I'm going to end up with a copyright claim there or not. For a second I thought that was a Sunrise Records, but it's a Sunrise Caribbean restaurant. The sign looks very similar. Hidden jackpots, well, it depends on what you consider to be bad, I guess. It's not as bad as it used to be, I would say. Some people still consider it bad. Well, that's cool. You can see the towers at Vaughan Metropolitan Center all the way up looking north on Jane now. That's something that wasn't there before, last time I was in the area. Several years ago. I'm just jaywalking. Ugh, tons of pigeon poop here. Is that Freshco? Hey, Ali Wabia, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Alright, here's the entrance to the Jane Finch Mall. We'll see what the Muzak situation is here. Alright, I don't hear any music. Much better. It's almost like a pleasant surprise now when you don't encounter music when you expect to, you know? Hey, Tim Tung is in the house. Jesus was riding the bike. There's this very low music playing. I can barely hear it. That's how it should be. Urban district. Not much different than Gerrard Square. Size-wise, it's similar, I guess. Gerrard Square is 2 levels, though. Gerrard Square is more like the Yorkgate Mall that we just walked through before. Young Connection. Wrap Express. I don't think there's a proper food court here. They just have restaurants sort of strung along. Hey, look at that. Competition for Dollarama. Dollar Power opening soon. Is that a chain? Or is that just a one-off? Hey, Yahia. Well, we're both in North York, but we're pretty far away, though, otherwise. Up-to-date styles. Looks like there's more over this way. Anthony Salinas Ramirez is here also. Hey, how you doing? Candle Arawak. LRM Guitars, hello. Is there a Dollar Power in Sheridan Mall? Okay. First I've heard of it. I see an exit. So this is my first ever time inside of this mall also. Roti Palace. Now that I'm about to leave, all of a sudden the music gets loud here. It's like it's trying to get me before I make it out. Thank you for shopping at Finch Mall. No problem. No problemo. Yeah, there are a lot of malls in Toronto. Lots of the older, smaller ones, though, are being redeveloped. I think it'll eventually get to the point where just the big regional malls are the only ones left, as all the smaller ones sort of decline over the years and eventually become a hot property for some urban intensification with tower developments and that sort of thing. Guess I have to cross. Hey, BMW Paul. Hello, hello. I'm doing good. Here's Driftwood Avenue again. It sort of winds its way all through the area. Thank you. And back up to Finch. Wow, the sun looks pretty cool now that it's getting low enough not to blind us all. That's looking towards Jane and Finch, the intersection. This is Driftwood. You do often hear about that street in the news when things happen. A lot of the time it seems to happen on Driftwood or around it. Yeah, the sky does look great. Did North Bay have a teenage hangout mall? It did. The mall is still there, but it's not really a proper shopping mall anymore. It was just called the North Bay Mall. It was the oldest of, there was two main malls in North Bay. So the North Bay Mall was the first one built in the 70s, and then later came Northgate Square. So North Bay Mall eventually became the Teenage Hangout Mall. Now it's barely a mall anymore. It just has a movie theater, a Heart store, a grocery store, a couple smaller shops, and most of the rest of it is empty. It's basically a dead mall with a few anchors that are still going. Oh, there the sun came out. So now we're going to walk west, or sorry, east, east away from the sun along Finch Avenue. Check out the progress of the LRT as we make our way along.
He's in shambles.
Toronto Brad, yeah, I would say. Probably not too many neighborhoods that are as different from one another in Toronto as these two are. Tom, it did have a arcade, yes. A very busy, popular one. So you can see the old townhouse complexes alongside here. I need a part two, yeah. Looks like I have to walk through here. I remember doing this a few years ago when I last did a video through here. I think Sheridan Mall is further down Jane Street, right? You have to go quite a bit further south down Jane. I'm walking in the other direction now. Unless I'm thinking of another mall. Another station, Tobermory. Jane and Wilson. Yeah, that's pretty far. Pretty far away from where I am. Alright, now I'm getting funneled out of here and back over to the sidewalk, maybe? Where am I getting funneled to now? I guess I'm supposed to walk through here. I'm not even sure. Am I supposed to walk here? They don't really tell you where you're supposed to walk. You only walk along the curb. As this car follows me with its music. It is a bit dismal right around here because I don't know where I'm supposed to go. But hey, here's a Toronto Public Library branch. Too bad Jeanette is no longer in the chat. It's a pretty nice building, actually. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I guess this is the sidewalk. Just a bunch of temporary asphalt. Very temporary looking. Northminster Baptist Church. Yeah, this was a library over here. Nice looking building, actually. Supposed to levitate. Darn it, why didn't I levitate? Too late now. I don't feel like going back and levitating. Yeah, it's the nicest building in the neighborhood I've seen so far. There's a newer looking townhouse development. I mean, it's still pretty scraggly obviously right now. I think when it's all finished up it'll look a lot nicer. Like a proper LRT. And hopefully they'll replace all this temporary asphalt with proper concrete sidewalks and that sort of thing. That's one of my pet peeves, is when they dig up a sidewalk to do some work, and after the work is done they just plop down some asphalt in place of what was a proper sidewalk before, and then it usually just stays that way for like a year or 2 years before they finally get around to rebuilding the sidewalk properly, right? You have to look at this ugly asphalt. That's a common thing all over downtown. Got a lot of these towers in the park style buildings here. Hey, Carl Roth, I'm doing good. How are you? And it's especially maddening when they just rebuilt the sidewalks, say like a matter of months beforehand, and then for some reason they have to do some work that they didn't know about before, and they dig up the brand new sidewalk that was just completed and then plunk down some asphalt. It's like, why didn't you do that before the sidewalk was rebuilt in the first place? That's just one of my Toronto pet peeves, I guess. Yeah, this is a bit of an uphill climb, not very steep. I don't even really notice I'm walking uphill, to be true, or to be honest. Let's look back the way we came. Sky's still looking pretty funky. It is a waste of money, John. Lots of jets flying over, landing at Pearson nearby, or pretty close anyway. Yeah, interlocking stones would make more sense. You could just take it apart and then put it back together again. Hey. I'm running up that hill. Yeah, you said it, Toronto Brad. The traffic is just crawling along here. They only have one lane. St. Wilfrid's Catholic Church dinner dance pasta night. I like pasta. I want some pasta. Yeah, Peter, it's pretty nifty looking when you look in this direction. Look at that. Hey, that's nice. That's a very Toronto view right there. You have the 1960s slab apartment buildings. With the LRT going down the middle of a strode. Hey H Hill, how you doing? Your TTC bus. It'll look a lot nicer once the trains are running along here. That would have been a cool shot, having some trains running along. I'd fake it just to get some good pasta. Hey, Tom, you're in Rexdale. Ah, well, I haven't made it to Rexdale yet. in one of my videos, but I hope to go there sometime. I think Jane and Finch, or Jane and Steels, were probably the closest I've been to Rexdale, doing a stream or a video. Hey, look, for any number 1 or 2 emergencies, there you go. Corner of Sentinel and Finch. Ever put spaghetti on cheese pizza? No. Should I? Hey, you can see up towards York University here. That brown building is just on the edge of the York University campus. I think it's one of the residence buildings. Woodbine Mall, yeah, for sure. That's a must do if I'm in Rexdale. So if you're just joining the chat, we started at York, or the stream, or we started at York University and walked through the campus up to Jane and Steels, and then we walked south on Jane all the way to Finch. We walked through both malls at the intersection, the York Gate Mall and the Jane Finch Mall. And now we're heading east on Finch. Let's see how my battery is. 37%. Finch is pretty forlorn along this stretch. Not a lot to look at here. I think the only thing to look at are jets passing overhead. That's a long walk, Nancy Mattis. That would take me a good, I don't know, how long would it take now? Maybe 4 hours? 3-4 hours? 3.5? I'd say 4, close to 4. It's a long walk. I'm having flashbacks to the first video I did through Jane and Finch a few years ago, except I was walking in the other direction for that video. Jonathan C. Yeah, this is the future Line 6 LRT. Thank you very much, Vivian. Yes, by all means, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe if you have been enjoying my wanderings tonight. It does help out the channel a lot. I'm trying to get to my next subscriber goal, which is 22,222. I want to get 2s right across the board. I think I'm at 21.3 now, so less than 1,000 subs to go to get to 22222. All right, Vivian, yes, by all means, get some rest. Hopefully that goes away as soon as possible. Thank you very much. That would be something, Carl, right? Hey, Novelcost is here. What's up? Oh, looks like construction hell just up ahead. What is going on up here? I see piles of dirt. I see a backhoe. And no more sidewalk. Dirt walk. What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to cross the street? I think maybe I am. Look at this. Place for critters to go under the fence. What the heck? It just looks like an abandoned work site. Like everyone just said, screw this, we're not doing this anymore, and they all just walked away. Just abandoned their machines. Doesn't seem like it would be, dude. Hey, you can see where the LRT will go underground here. Goes underground to head into Finch West Station. The sign just says, hey, if you're on your feet, you have to lean forward and hope that you don't fall in one of these gaping pits.
not because of reception. Like I'm watching, but I don't care.
When is it supposed to be completed? I think in the next year, maybe? I'm not sure. Which is the correct option? Either a bike or a scooter? Maybe none. That's right. I think you're just supposed to hover over this whole area. Just float. Just get a hoverboard. Talk to Marty McFly or whoever. This is scarier than the haunted hotel bathroom. At least I have a sidewalk here of sorts. Is it buffering? I have dreams all the time that I can float or hover. They're awesome. They're my favorite dreams. Hey JK, how you doing? Another maze of sorts here. Which way do I go? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? There's Finch West station over there, but there's also another entrance over here. So let's go this way. Hey Palo HC, how you doing? maybe Peter. Is this the way you're supposed to go? Everything here is just so like unclear, you know? Finch West Station. There's the Kiel bus. This is Kiel, looking south. Okay, I think we can go. Now we get funneled through here. All right. Keel with an E on the end though. K-E-E-L-E. Jeez, is this even the way I'm supposed to go? Ay, caramba. Maybe it isn't. Yeah, it looks like I'm not supposed to go in that way. What the heck? It's all under construction inside the entrance. Hey, Doug. Guess what? I have to go back the other way now. This is ridiculous. They could have at least put a sign saying, "This is not the way. Go the other way." Let's trespass. I know I'm tempted, right? Well, I know where I am. I just don't know if I can get into this station. It doesn't look like it. I might have to go back to the other one over here on the other side of the intersection. I just wanted to go in that one because it's the bigger one, and it's the one that I went through last time. It was in the area. Hey, Andrew Nielsen, good to be here. E-bike accident today. Oh, sorry to hear that, Andrew. I hope everything is all right. You're all good? Okay, good. Thank you very much for the $5, Andrew Nielsen. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, not only are you all right, but hopefully your your e-bike is all right too. More. More. Right. You had hundreds of people watching. If you want to do any more. Hello. How you doing? Hey, Jay Smith, hello. So I guess if you want to catch the subway here at Finch West Station, this is the one you have to go to. You can't even go to the other one. You're out of luck on the other side. She's finally famous. Yeah, her big day arrived at the corner of Finch and Keel. Alright, this is in need of some attention, wouldn't you say? There we go, Finch West. And this is where I'm gonna head home. I mean, it's either this or walk down to Downsview Park Station, which I don't think I want to. It's not the easiest station to walk to from here, but so I think I'm going to wrap things up right here, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight or this afternoon into the evening. Started at York U and made our way down to Jane and Finch. Went inside a couple of the malls there at Jane and Finch. Got a look at the neighborhood, the progress of the LRT line here. The stream is a bit shorter than my usual streams, but that's how it goes, I guess, at least on this day. So thank you all. It was great having you and chatting with everyone. Everyone was great tonight. It was a pleasure, and thank you to the mods. Hope you all have a good night as well, and thank you for being great at what you do also, and thank you to all those who supported the channel with a super chat, super sticker, or any PayPal donations. It is greatly appreciated, and your support is fantastic, and it means a lot. So yeah. Oh. This gimbal's hard to control sometimes. So I'll be streaming again in 3 or 4 days, of course. I hope you can catch that, and I hope you catch my premiere tomorrow evening, usually around 7:15 p.m. or thereabouts. I'd like to see you all there for that. So until then, I will continue. Hey, the Martells, how you doing? Have a good night. And anyone else who I missed saying hello, hello back to you all, and have a good evening. And it's time to get on the subway and head home. All right, thanks everyone. Like, share, and subscribe, of course. All that good stuff. Yada, 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 right? All right, night all.